In the summer of 2002, a new king of the WWE was crowned. The next big thing became The Beast. Brock Lesnar made a huge dent in the WWE by defeating The Rock at SummerSlam 2002 and became the WWE Undisputed Champion. From then on, he would go on to have countless amazing matches with the likes of Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle, and even Hulk Hogan. We must ask then, what went wrong with Brock Lesnar? Lesnar would debut in the WWE during a hardcore brawl. During this, he would destroy Al Snow, Maven, and Spike Dudley. Boasted as the hottest free agent in all of wrestling, and having Paul Heyman as his manager gave him instant credibility. There was nothing like Brock Lesnar in the WWE at the time. Nothing with the look, the size, the strength, and the athleticism as Brock Lesnar. You see, Brock was an amateur wrestler from Minnesota, and that made him legit. Not only could he look like a tough guy, but he could back it up. During his first run in the WWE, his biggest rival was Kurt Angle. This was fantastic for many reasons. Kurt was an Olympic gold medalist and one of the best pure athletes in all of professional wrestling. Working against Kurt not only let him showcase his wrestling ability, but Brock was able to showcase his personality and the charisma that he had. Brock really was special. At WrestleMania 20, he would have what most thought would be his last match in the WWE. Brock Lesnar would face off against Goldberg, and the fans were livid. They were so mad, because not only was Brock Lesnar leaving the WWE, but Bill Goldberg was done as well.
Ready for this, Lesnar? You're going to fall down! The impact, the slobber knocking spear, the cover, and what? And Lesnar kicked out at 2. And Goldberg got the count. I thought that was a 3 count myself.
Brock Lesnar would leave the WWE and try out for the Minnesota Vikings. He did okay, but ultimately he wasn't offered a position on the team. In 2006, Brock Lesnar broke into the world of MMA. And then in 2007, he joined the UFC. He was an instant hit in the UFC by having some of the highest of all-time pay-per-view buy rates in UFC company history. He even won the UFC Heavyweight Championship in the process. During this time, Brock was fighting another battle, diverticulitis. This was an intestine issue, and Brock had to take time off to get surgery. After this, he did come back to the UFC, but he lost in his return fight against Alistair Overeem. He then left the UFC. In April 2012, Lesnar returned to the WWE after 8 years being gone. He would then go on to defeat The Undertaker at WrestleMania 30 in New Orleans. This was the very first time The Undertaker had ever lost at WrestleMania. In this current run, he would be a 3-time champion, capturing the WWE Championship and the Universal Championship. With all this great stuff Brock Lesnar did in WWE, what went wrong with Brock Lesnar? In Brock Lesnar's first run in the WWE, he was a huge part of building the SmackDown brand. He was one of the best wrestlers and biggest personalities in the company. When he came back, he changed his style and had a more ground and pound type of offense. His matches consisted mostly of him throwing other guys around, as he would call it, Suplex City. This, the first few times, is fun to see, but after a while, it becomes much of the same. Also, as Brock Lesnar was the face of the company with the Universal Championship, he would rarely show up. When he did show up, he'd be booked as the highest match on the card, making the WWE title second. The WWE champion, however, would show up every week and defend that title, while Brock Lesnar would show up every few months and have a match on pay-per-view. Rarely did Brock fight on television. The other problem that sets people off is his attitude towards the business. Brock said multiple times that he just shows up and gets paid. He also said that he doesn't watch Raw in a backstage promo with Paul Heyman one time. One of the other major issues with Brock having the Universal title was that there were so many other superstars that would be great champions, but they were overlooked for Brock. Lesnar went from being a beast to a part-timer who comes off as he really doesn't care for the business. Whether that was just his character or his real-life personality, either way, it upset most fans. We're at a time when some of the most gifted athletes of all time are in the WWE, and Brock Lesnar, well, he only shows up a few months out of the year and is still given a main spot on the WWE roster. Brock changing up his style and only doing a few suplexes a match and dominating didn't benefit him either. If you think of Brock Lesnar from 2002 and Brock Lesnar of today, it's like a completely different person. Maybe if Brock would have came back with the same style and attitude he had before, and even showing up every week, fans wouldn't have got sick of him. Brock's lack of being on TV has made me forget that he was even champion at some points. There are many other guys we would like to see in that top spot in the WWE, but for some reason, management keeps going back to Brock Lesnar.